Huh? Let's chit chat. Just a smidge. Let's talk about the game. Our January meta breakdown for the My Hero Academia collectible card game. Before we get into it, I'm gonna turn this up just ever so slightly. This is some data. I'm not gonna have quite as many data points as I did last week. I didn't have time to go through and talk about symbols, but I do have some bonus stuff we'll talk about. And I want to talk to you guys in the chat after we're done, whenever about the information that you are interested in seeing when it comes to this. What data can I pull from these webcam events and get to you, the good people? So let's just talk about it. So the two big events that happened that I have some amount of stats for are the Jasco webcam event, as well as I know top 8 of the Pro Player Games webcam event. And so let's chat about the Jasco event. We had right about 50 people at this event. Why am I blanking? 14 60. We had 60. I think it's different. Yeah, we had 60 players at this event. And the breakdown is a little interesting, a little surprising. A lot of people came in with some decks that we didn't really see last time. Atsui coming in hot. Eraserhead, Kirishima, Eraserhead, Jiro, Tokoyami, Nomu, Bakugo. The big one that's missing off of this list is who, chat? Who's missing? That was like crazy prominent last week. Who was it? There was one other person up there, top 3 decks represented, and he's not here. There's no Shigaraki, guys. There's literally one. There's one guy hanging out over here. What happened to Shigaraki? What was this week? We did also, we had one Midoriya last week too. Yeah, we had one Midoriya last week. That's like the very first thing that I noticed is that Shigaraki, either we did have a dip of about 30-40 players, and so either like all our cool Shigaraki players didn't show up, or people just fell off and wanted to try something else, which my guess is probably that the first thing happened. Your Shigaraki players just weren't able to get this Wednesday night off in order to play some cool games, but that's okay. Your breakdown's feeling pretty good. Another big outlier is I don't think Atsui touched the pie chart that was given out last week, but here she's the second most represented character. She has some really big Tokoyami energy, and he was the second most represented character in the event. Sorry, buddy, I'm gonna keep coughing all day. And so it's interesting to see them, those two decks kind of like push for first and second place. We kind of like got a Kirishima and Eraserhead, who've got this like subtle defense game plan. We've got Tokoyami and Atsui, who've got this really aggressive game plan, and then we've got this this kind of mid-game game plan of Nomu and Jiro, who just like are always coming down and hitting like these crazy hard moves, big moves consistently throughout the game. It's an interesting breakdown to see that like these 3 different types of decks are fairly evenly represented throughout the this event. It's really it's cool and good to see. The only thing that I'm missing here is just that Shigaraki is not on our list. Is that he is not there. There were no Kamuis. Your boy Fidu21 decided not to show up. He was like, hey, I went and I did so great, undefeated at the last one, just got a tie with a Nomu. Lol. What a bad gamer. He's like, I could not be bothered to show up at this event. The other big thing about this event, and it's a good yet a bad thing, is I think that this is my next slide. So for our undefeated characters, we've got a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 undefeated decks. All right, let's talk about it, Lenoko, Free Love. I just finished a big bowl of ramen. So like I kind of had chicken soup, right? It's probably why I'm coughing, because like I've warmed up my chest so much. Anywho, we've got 8 undefeated decks. If you remember last week, we had 90 people, and we only had 2 undefeated decks. How does this happen? That is because they have changed the format for their webcam events, because it is on a weeknight, because they are starting fairly late. They decided to only go 3 rounds this week and just pay out the undefeateds, which I think is great, which I think is super, super smart. It does skew our numbers compared from the first week to the second week. It does skew our numbers just a smidge, but whichever one is more consistent throughout the whole thing. Yo, what up, Flame Lord? 3 whole months, buddy? It's been 3 months. Appreciate it, man. Whichever is more consistent throughout the season, that's what really matters to me. That's what keeps data nice and strong. But they're still trying to figure it out and get it through. So it's interesting. It's interesting with a wide berth of characters. And I don't know if you look at our chart. Boop, 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 boop. Who snuck in? Look at this guy, Shoto Todoroki. I did get a chance because I was sick Wednesday and I didn't get a chance to go work my normal day job. That's right. I could have played at this event, but I felt like butts. And I got to watch Chris Bromley over at Unfun Stuff play his Todoroki deck and go undefeated. And his deck was very cool. It was very fun, very, very cool to watch. And so I think... and he made this deck specifically to fight all these other big, crazy monsters. It was a big change up, a big thing that we didn't really see from last format, and kind of Perez, thank you much. About 5 months, insane. Kind of something that we are going to be seeing, I think, here in the near future, of people finding these edge cases, and really good pilots are going to be able to put a stop to these. And I'm gonna use word choice, but realize I'm not talking to you, because obviously you're the best gamer. We're gonna see these good pilots with edge case kind of off the beaten path characters like Todoroki, fend off these meta monsters with like decent pilots, with okay pilots, right? And we're going to really watch as the game grows and evolves. You're going to find that Universes is a game that your piloting skills of the deck will shine through, which is the only reason that I'm going to say that I didn't top at this Rochester event that we played, is because my piloting skills were bad. I think my deck was exceptionally good in all my playtesting up until that point. It was phenomenal. But as soon as you put a bad pilot on top of a good deck, you don't get the results that you would in other card games. And I feel that. So, with the reduced numbers, there are a ton of characters on this list that I'm seeing that weren't represented. We still haven't seen a Mountain Lady. We still haven't seen an Ayama. We've gotten a Shoji. We got 2 Ojiros, 2 Seros. Todoroki's doing my belt. Check my message real fast. Okay. Check my message real fast. It might be on Facebook? Question mark? Check my message real fast. He'll have the character spreadsheet in like 10 to 20 minutes for PPG. Rad. How cool. Okay, I'll see what I can do that. More Shoto rep out there. Aspera, I saw you on Sunday playing some games. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I got to watch you play some webcam games. It's good stuff. What did I miss? Perfect. Okay. I'm back at it. This one. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of characters that I think can easily do this, but like we're missing these Denkies, these Momos, these Midoriyas, I think that these characters can be pushing the envelope for fighting up these these top 6 characters. I launched the tier list that I recorded 2-3 weeks ago. And I saw a lot of people hating on how low that I put all these characters, but I made that tier list with like a big caveat of I don't think that any of these characters could not go and top and win an event. In fact, whenever we get to the deck lists for this webcam event that I'll have, you're gonna be surprised at who came in first after our 3 rounds, right? Like it's spoilers. It's not Kirishima. Kirishima didn't come in first in this event, and so like I think these mid-tier, low-tier characters can easily go do this, right? And we're going to see that actually with our next event. We have the top 8 for PPG, their webcam event on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure that the character that won the whole event was Sero, I believe. Is that true, chat? I believe. And Sero is one of those characters that I think if you have a really tight pilot, you get to yeah, it was Order Sero. I have an Order Sero built right now. Sero's one of those characters that you get to kind of use and abuse bad Kirishimas. I think good Kirishimas can sneak up and over, but a good Sero beats a bad Kirishima like pretty much every day of the week. Yo, I'm Sero. I'm gonna make this thing a high. All right, I'll pick up this high block. I'll commit this foundation with Think Fast, and I'll make it a low. Sick, dude. Get rolled. And there's strategies for a ton of these characters that that you just have to work around. If Kirishima was as, and I'll use this word even though I hate this word. If Kirishima was as broken as we all complain about him, then there would not be a breakdown to talk about. It would just be 8 Kirishimas. That's just how it is. That's just where it's at. But this result is, I mean, this matches everything that we have seen from the past 2 webcam events from Jasco proper, with the only outlier being Sero. I wonder if the Seros that played in this event also played in the Jasco webcams, which is why this is kind of like why I want to get like player information as well. So PPG, if you can, slide in these DMs, and I want to talk about the good people who are piloting these decks. I think that's just as interesting as everything else. But yeah, this is, I will say, one of the Seros sided into Kirishima. I think that's great. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I love these sideboard characters. It's so good for the game. Maybe I'll do a Tam talk next week about sideboarding characters, because I think it's going to be really, really important for the meta game. Anyway, I don't have symbol breakdowns for stuff, but I do have the idea of talking about what has been played. So what I did was I took the thank you, Von Striker. I took the numbers from both of the Jasco webcam events, and as soon as I have all the other events for games that hit at least 30 players, because I think little baby events like, we had like an 8-man webcam event. It's not great data, but we'll say 30 or above. If you got 30 or more people, I'm going to add you to this cool chart, and we'll update this as we go down. This is your percentage of decks that have been played. This is everybody whose deck list that I have. Oh, it looks like I'm going to take my camera off for this screen. Guess I didn't think about it. Where'd it go? Yeah, there have been a total of 26 Kirishima decks played between the past 2 events, right? So we have just as many. Thank you, Von Striker. Appreciate it. Using that sweet Twitch Prime. There have been just as many just as many Kirishimas played as all the other characters in the other pile. But this is your top 10, right? For a future stream, I should teach people how to side. Sure, we can do that. Big 10. But this is your top 10 characters in the game breakdown, right? We've got Kirishima, Eraserhead, Tokoyami, Bakugo, Jiro, Nomu, Ochako, Shigaraki, Atsui, and All Might. This is the 10 most represented characters, and then the other 20 are split amongst the rest, right? So if you were going to an event, you're going to go play in the event this weekend. I'm going to go play in the event this weekend. These are the decks that I need to make sure that I'm prepared for, right? This is kind of how a metagame grows and evolves, right? We keep track of this data, and we know that obviously Kirishima is the top dog to beat. I have a 16.4% chance of fighting Kirishima every round that I go into, because that's the decks that he's represented. I think the Ochako mirror match is not going to happen very much, because I'm going to be one of the very few Ochakos being played, and so as we get further and further in, we get more and more data. It's possible that these other characters, if you notice, Todoroki, who has been said to be a Kirishima killer, is not on this list. Sarah, who just won this PPG event, is not on this list. He's part of that other category. The more events that we have, the more this will flush out. But the big thing that I want to make perfectly clear is this isn't law, right? Like this isn't Kirishima is the most represented character, so he's got to be the best character. No, he is perceived as the best character, and so he's just going to be represented the most because he's very easy. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If more people, the more people see these kind of numbers, the more that they're going to be inclined to jump into the most represented deck, right? And that is where the creative deck builders are going to go and find this other category, or look at All Might 3 or Ochako, who are the smallest represented number, and they're going to come in and they're going to do gangbusters with, once again, like Sarah, with a good pilot. Especially like these numbers will mean more, and they'll stack up more the more we get from other games, right? It's so much easier if you take somebody and you teach them the mechanics of the card game, and then you just hand them a deck, right? Be like, yo, I've got this buddy at locals. His name's Bryce. Big shout outs. Love you, Bryce. He quote doesn't like universes, right? Keeps playing it every week, but he doesn't like universes. And he played last week, and he played Kirishima, and he did great. The only reason that he didn't win the whole event is because he got a couple ties, because he was slow on mechanics on playing as Kirishima. Kirishima, the tie man. He found round one, Kirishima versus Kirishima. That one's going to time for sure. And he had a blast, but there wasn't the deck building aspect. And so if he goes and he plays in a big tournament, then there's zero chance that he's going to play one of these other decks, because he knows that Kirishima is going to be a good, and so on and so forth. Once again, self-fulfilling prophecy. Thank you. Link was clicked. So here's our weekly player rank, and I would love to update this with any of these other events that we have. This is the top 8 people that played in the These are the top 8 people that played in the Jazzco official Discord event. First place was Taigo. Second place was Spaceman Spiff. Third place was Silic. And then JP Caruso. Fifth was Goose. Sixth was Bromley. Meta, then Smooth. What up, Gears Holes? And this is cool because we have the monthly player rank. So what I have done is I have gone through and I have compared last week's and this week's event, and I can tell you that currently the best My Hero Academia player in the country, the world, is Spaceman Spiff. Claps in chat. Claps in chat for Spaceman. Absolutely crushing it. And so this is going to be an updating list that I'll have as we get more results and we get more people coming in. We will be able to see who the top players for the we'll see who the top players in the world is, and this will be fun information as we start getting into these big majors, right? Like we've got this 250,000 event going in, and I wonder how many of our top 8 players here who play in these online webcam events are going to get their invites to go and play in that one. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, my word's not law, and I'm doing shoddy math. I'm sure that Alabama learning. But yeah, these are the numbers that I got. These are the numbers that I got. So my 2022 recap so far. I just want more info. If you guys and Asper's gonna hook me up, if you guys know anybody who is hosting these online events and you can get me this information, I need Discord handles, I need character breakdowns, I would like deck lists if possible so I can get symbols and stuff, because I think that's really important, especially as we get rolling into like set 2 and on and on. And the big things that we're gonna see is we don't even have the full set of set 1 out yet, right? I believe Slim Jim said that this week the DLCs are going to be out in the wild officially, which means it's possible that this ranking could be totally wrong. We're going to lose. Kirishima sucks now because, Asui 2's coming out, right? Right, Froppy 2's comes out, smacks up Kirishima. Maybe, who knows? And everybody puts their Kirishima cards aside, and we were yelling about the boogeyman for nothing. So we get more information with more characters. We have to try these provisional pack characters that are coming out. We've got Kirigiri as well as Midnight. And, spoilers, I think Midnight's going to be cracked. I think she's going to be so good. Not to mention any other characters that come out in those provisional packs. So, So here's what I want, chat. I have been doing... I've done this for 2 weeks now, right? I've done this for 2 weeks. Brad, I'm feeling okay. I'm talking too much for sure. I've done this for 2 weeks now, and I kind of want to know what you guys want to see, right? I want to know what you guys want to see data-wise. Do you want to see cards? Do you want to see, like, I could do card breakdowns? Man, it would take a lot of effort, but I could do it. What information do you think is important to you, right? As I'm asking that in chat as I get these deck lists pulled up from hopefully this week, as well as the hopefully the PPG stats. Would be cool. Would be rad. Cards being play, your reasoning why. Okay. Thank you, Torch Tunes. Appreciate the follow. I want to see symbols. I also want to see symbols. I didn't have time today to run through symbols. I was running just a wee bit late. I had to sanitize a bunch of stuff because, part of the club. And I just didn't quite have time for symbols. But I promise I will have symbols next week. I'll do that. Deck lists, and if possible, what was drawn on winner's turn 1. I don't think that I'm allowed to share deck lists. If deck lists were going to be shared, I think Jasco and PPG and all of them, I think they have to share it. And there's actually 0 chance that I can tell you what was drawn on winner's turn 1. There's no chance that I can put that in a PowerPoint. Cards being played, the reason why, like why the cards that we see across decks are being played, for sure. And we can do that as we go through like these top 8 deck lists. I'm down to go through top 8 deck lists. Niverum. Sent me a little something in the DMs. Look at this bear sliding through, huh? Oh my goodness! Link was clicked with the Prime. Ooh, appreciate it, buddy. Do I put my deck list anywhere? Yeah, I have deck lists on Patreon. Is this for this week? Oh heck yes! All right, let's look it up. Open link. Yes. Save image. Symbols. Rat with the prime. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We come here. We click this important image thing. Oh, look, it's midnight. Downloads, symbols, and hiya. Can you guys see that? You guys, here, I'll make it just a little bigger for us. All right, let's talk about it. I'm just kidding. I'm goofing, obviously. So, yeah, big shout-outs to Aspera TV. Appreciate it, buddy. I look exactly like the actor. Huh. Hey, bad boy, I appreciate the compliment, and I'm yep. We'll go with that. Okay. Here's our symbol breakdown. Good 10 reps, void 8 reps. Air 8 reps, fire 8 reps. I kinda that these are the symbol breakdowns from the webcam event this past week. That goes with the theme of last week as well as the foremost represented. We have a ton of water represented, but that's the blame with like Atsui and Shoto coming out, right? Order Death was the other. Actually, I think I actually have these numbers written down. Let's not make stuff up, huh? How about that? I gotta go through and look. Yeah. So last week we had 19 good. We had 10 Earth. Earth fell off, huh? What is going on? What's going on with Earth? 13 Death. That's probably because we lost all of our Shigarakis. They all jumped ship. 11 Air. Yeah, it was good Earth, Death, Air as our 4 represented. And once again, 0 evil decks. They just don't exist. Not even a symbol. 11 symboled game. Very good breakdown symbol wise. I think it's okay. I don't think it's. I don't think that you can call it very good because of this guy here, huh? What's going on? What's going on with this guy, huh? Why? I don't think we can call it very good because of this guy. Evil is bad for a couple reasons, and we could talk about it. The biggest thing about the evil symbol, at least from me trying to make decks personally, is I think the block modifiers suck on evil. I think blocks are gonna be really, really bad, right? It is not possible to like have useful low blocks on the symbol. They just don't exist. We go foundation, my hero, evil, low. And we do this middle screen. This is it. These are your 2 options. And with the DLC, we get a high block under the evil symbol. This just isn't enough options for you to play an evil deck, especially when this card is so reliant on you having a Fury to have like a relevant ability on your card, and this card is so reliant on you having an ally in your card pool. And so like it just makes sense for you to play these. If you want to play these cards, they have the fire symbol. If you want to play these cards, they have the death symbol or death and chaos, right? Like it's just smarter to play these cards under other symbols. And then when you look at the attacks that people play, right, under the evil symbol, there's just the synergies don't really collide together, right? Relentless Barrage, we don't have very many punches, right? And this is a high impact card. Turn to Dust is so agnostic that you would just like rather play it in other things, right? Great Brush Attack is our other cool ultra rare, and our name's not Mineta most of the time, right? And so we don't get the full value out of it. we don't get that full value out of it. Know what I'm saying? And of the evil characters, who wants to be committed so that Dark Shadow Ruin can combo with their so that we can combo with their there are 16 evil foundations. Yeah, but we're missing. Well, there's only 2 options for low blocks, is what I'm saying. Project Zert, thank you so much. Can I bring up the thing again? Yeah, let me bring up the thing again. Sorry, we'll put transform back to where it was. What you need, Jose? Slim Jim, I think Evil will be top tier next set. We need previews first. I can't make that claim until we see cards, right? So like the only symbol on the top 5s, so like the only symbol. I think I missed something. You talking about Void? Oh, okay. Void and Water aren't from the starter decks. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Red Hood Warzone. I think Shoji's the only person who could play Evil right now, and it's aggro as fuck. But you can't block, which stinks, especially when you're like fighting these big meta pillars. Speaking of which, let's chat about these deck lists, huh? I'll talk about these guys. All right, so we this is the graph that I had from our breakdown. How close can I zoom in? We still get there. Yeah, this is the same graphics that we had in our super cool thing. I saw the pictures and cut them up, chopped them up, and made them in my own little thing. So let's talk about deck lists. First place, Tokoyami, the bird did it. He got there, undefeated under fire. Personally, I think this is his best symbol. I think it goes Fire, Chaos, then Evil, obviously, barely a symbol. With Frigid Heatwave, Capture Evildoers, and Latent Skill as the 3 cards that Church highlighted. Interesting. Okay. So let's talk about the attacks first, and let's see if there's anything here that stands out. And here's the thing that does. What is this card doing here, huh? Monster Blast? Let's actually we can click on the UVS Ultra link. Oh no, this is the worst. Monster Blast. This list does not. This card does not see play. Monster Blast. This is such a sweet tech card. I love this card. How rad. And then it looks like, I mean, this might be an input error. We have 3 sideboard cards. What? I think this list is really, really interesting. With the 4 Shadow Ruin, the 4 Frigid, the 4 Giant Ice Wall. We cover our block zones here. 4 Ice Storms. Cover our mid blocks again. Then we've got Dark Shadow Talon and Monster Blast. The big thing that I'm seeing here is that Monster Blast only triggers off of 1-2 cards. So you got 8 cards in his deck that trigger off of Monster Blast. This is so interesting. So interesting. No assets, obviously. Force Summon Dark Shadow, Capture Evildoers. I'm impressed / surprised that we're not seeing any Evil Gaze here. I think the card is very good in every single deck that can play it. And I think if you're playing Capture Evildoers, you should also be playing Evil Gaze so you can swap them out whenever the matchup is relevant. I will say that I think Capture Evildoers, in order to steal a momentum for Giant Ice Wall, is clutch. Tillo, is this your deck? Tillo, is this you, my guy? I love Monster Best. If there were any lows to build an all-low deck plus Monstro, I would play that. Yeah, it's sweet. It's a very cool card. You get to selectively destroy stuff. It's rad. Nice. Congratulations, buddy. How rad. So the big thing about this is why no Evil Gaze? Why is your sideboard 3 cards? What is going on here? You just run out of sleeves or something? What is up? Because there's plenty of cards in this main board that I wanna see more in the sideboard. Right? Let's look at his sideboard foundation wise. I've talked about my opinions on Cool Student. I think this card sucks it when you see more than one of it. Irrefutable Force of Nature at a 2 of baffles me. I think this is pound for pound like the strongest foundation in the game. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. This is pound for pound the strongest non-coordinated effort foundation in the game. And it probably will be the boogeyman whenever a coordinated effort is gone. Truly. It is exceptionally good, and I'm surprised we don't actually see it at a 4 of. Colors back up at a 4 of. Obvious heroic lineage is great. This card's its stock is gonna rise as soon as we get access, more access to. I made this last minute, and the only cards on my desk at the time were 3 captures. Lol. Actually based and amazing. How amazing, Tillo. Wowzers. Deserved this. Somebody timeout Nightmare. He's up here taking crazy pills. Coordinated effort needs to stay. I'm down to have a debate about coordinated effort, but today is not that day. Frozen at 2 of is fine. Precise control could easily be in the sideboard for Tokoyami. Fulfill my duty. That 4th one could be in the sideboard as well. I think that there are a ton of cool extra cards that we could, like Arrogant Disposition is like stellar versus a bunch of cool punch decks. There's a lot of really cool stuff that we could have like tossed our 1-ofs in the sideboard. That's really what our sideboard is for, especially in a deck like Tokoyami that's not allowed to transform into another character. All in all, I think this deck is really, really rad, and it just like shows you the power of Tokoyami's attack lineup. That I'm positive that like a lot of these buttons here really weren't pressed. I bet this button was pressed a lot. I bet this button was pressed a lot. I bet this button was pressed every single game, right? Like these buttons were pressed a ton, and all these other ancillary cool Nito cards were not really pressed because of how Tokoyami works plus his attack package. If you want to go in and play your 15-minute match and kill your opponent by turn 6 of the match, this is the deck to do it, right? This is the character that gets it done. So rad, cool. I'm gonna exit out of these so I don't leak anything accidentally. We'll do this and we'll do this. So yeah, rad. Up next, we've got Jiro on air. I did it again. We got Jiro on air. Let's look at it. Amplify Sound Blast at a 4 of? At a 4 of? This is cool. Both flash attacks at a 4 of. Wow, that's interesting. That is so interesting. And then Unwavering at a 4 of is amazing. A lot of really cool stuff. Interesting to be we played Unwavering on the air symbol at the 4 of. Just because, like, the big thing about Unwavering is, yeah, the card draw is, like, really good. But being able to untap, uncommit that foundation, re-ready, as we say in universes, is, like, so potent. And there's not really any good targets under air to re-ready, right? Special as a sound is, like, fine, but only if, like, committed to pass a check, right? Like, there's no enhance, commit, do a thing like there is under the other 2 symbols, right? Enhance, commit, do a thing is very prevalent under good. It's very prevalent under all. So I think Unwavering is a cool card. Like, the best thing about this card is the fact that it is a charge weapon that does let you draw a card. It's a 4 diff, but like we have a home run comet that is a charge weapon, is a 4 diff, and hits even harder than Unwavering Slash could even potentially. Unwavering Slash couldn't dream of getting a home run comet levels. Instant Explosive Release is really, really cool. We're playing 6 3-diff attacks in this deck. The strings that this character can produce late and the damage that she puts out is so cool. This deck, it looks like, honestly, might have just been like a big Kirishima killer, right? Home Run Comet into Kirishima, amazing. If you can put any sort of speed, which this character can, every time she plays a card, she gets speed and damage equal to the cards in her card pool. It is fantastic. Zero Gravity Lift, always putting cards through, snapping this free momentum, and then Kirishima not being able to like interact. Kirishima, and I'll say this too, and Eraserhead not being able to interact during these moves is really, really amazing. The big thing about Jiro on webcam though, right? And I think, and the reason that I think the webcam decks are going to look different than the IRL decks is Jiro got, and I'll say this, a nerf from looking, her enhance now being revealed instead of look, right? It's no longer private information. And so she no longer gets to rely on the mind games of messing with my opponent. And people have been shying away IRL of playing these flash attacks because you're not allowed to play your really cool, really insane mind game enhance with it. But because it's been nerfed in these webcam events, these cards go up in stock, which is really interesting. It is cool, and I'll use the word sad that like the game is being played in 2 different ways. But it's neat how like the difference between reveal and look like changes the stock of a card in value. And it's gonna be interesting whenever we go back to IRL play how we if this card gets to keep that stock up, or if people are gonna go back to playing more enhances because of how powerful her ability is. It's an interesting look. Assets, 3 of Earphone Jack. This is just to see it. I think we probably could have gotten away with just a 2 of, but we really want to see it in our hand or discard pile. Honestly, we want to see it in the discard pile just because of Unwavering, and it blocks high. It's a good block. Foundation-wise, Arrogant Exposition, Arrogant Disposition, Amphibious, 1 of Encouragement. Ooh, I love the spicy Encouragement. I love the spicy 1 of Walkling. This person was not afraid of Todoroki even a little bit. Infinite Potential, Release, Latent Skill, Specialist of Sound, Death Remains of Success, Requesting Existence. Okay, so the thought process here for this Walkling existing is the fact that it's a high block, and they wanted more value out of real high blocks that existed in the hand, as opposed to this card not having a high block and sitting on your board. This is a really interesting choice. I'm not sure a choice that I would have had the forethought to make, but it worked out, right? Like this person got second place. I wonder how much the encouragement went in. What's our stats look like? What's our stats look like? It's a 50 card deck. We included a 1 of encouragement. Interesting. A 2/5 with a 2 mid block that discards a move. It's a choice. Chat, would you put encouragement? Have you tried encouragement in Jiro? It feels like it's counterproductive, doesn't it? They didn't get second. All 8 decks went 3-0. That's second place to me, my guy. I mean, the deck went 3-0, right? Like, and that's what we can say about it. Smooth Blue. Sorry for trolling. Like the deck didn't go 0-3, right? Like it didn't have a loss, and it was sitting here with an encouragement in play. It was sitting here with a single wall. Yes, Church said it was a mistype. What? Oh. You're saying that he would not have put the words second place in the article. He would have just put undefeated deck. Interesting. Okay. I can accept that answer. Requesting Assistance is rad. Destined is rad. Special Sound is super good. Double Latent Skill, I think, is interesting, especially with Jiro being able to look at the top 2. Thank you, Smooth Move, for the confirmation. Appreciate it, man. Once again, sorry for the trolling. What's our block zones look like? Yeah, I probably would have cut this encouragement for a 3rd latent skill, right? Like we're fine on mid blocks. Like we're chill. We're chilling. First 3 aces out of 1%. Hey man, get good. Maybe if Jiro played better people, right? They would have gotten first. Double Amphibious is interesting, and this just like shows you the fact that like we're missing some spam on the air symbol that like does things, right? Desk employees have said they can edit what tiebreakers they use. It's an interesting statement that I don't fully understand, Paul. But yeah, this is interesting. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with it. Now let's talk about the sideboard. Home Run Comet at the 2 of, just to sure up this. Probably take out the slashes for it. Maybe even take out the explosive releases if you're just trying to like go a little harder. Exploding Pride for those pesky momentum decks. Wall Clings in case we fight those throw decks. Zero Gravity Lift to fight 7-handers, and then Encourage your Training Partner to fight high speed decks. Decks that want to take advantage of things like Recipro Burst. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is great. I think this is a fine looking list. Once again, another list that is taking more advantage of the character and their attack lineup than necessarily leveraging advantage off of their foundation base, because this foundation base kind of feels like it's just a bunch of cool flow cards that go into their cool moves. But that's kind of how Jiro works, right? Flow enhance, and then aggro responses. Cool stuff. Wow. Up next, we have another Tokoyami. Another fire. This is this one is playing not the ranged package, which I think is really, really interesting. We are playing Ruin. You have to play it as Tokoyami. And then Talon to make sure that we get to double dip on our Summon Dark Shadows. That's very cool. And then the kick package. We've got Flying Thruster, Kick, Reciprocal Extend, and Engine Rush. This is rad. This is a really good momentum out. This is a totally fine momentum out. Having EX or powerful. It's not quite as, I'll use this word, bursty as the range packaged momentum out with Ice Wall? Is that the name of that card? I don't know. Ice Wall. That's what I think it is. But this card's rad, right? Thruster's just like a 5 high for 8. Nah, dog, it's a 6 high for 8. What are you talking about? It gets the speed off of Summon Dark Shadow, yeah? Yeah, man, this thing gets real fast for real big, and honestly, it feels okay to like not find a Dark Shadow Ruin and be like, yo, here is, yeah, that's the 5. I'm confused. Yeah, that's the 5. Flying Thruster Kick. I'm so sorry. You said Thruster is like a 5 high for 8. I agree. So bad. My bad. Not Engine. I'm talking about Engine, though. I think Engine's like a really cool card to like toss at the very end of a string, and my opponent has like a good out, like in the Typhoon, right? Like as we're seeing in the main board, which is rad. And you just like press the button and be like, actually, it's for 8. Catch. In this enhanced step. Catch this. This is a flash move now. Very cool. I love the tech piece. I will say that I'm not in love with the block zones, right? Like this is a low, mid, low, mid. Nervous about our high blocks. Nervous about them on our attacks. Because attacks are the main thing as Tokoyami that we want to hold, right? Like we want to build every foundation that we possibly can see. And then we hold our highs. Or we hold our attacks. And they're all in our foundations, and so we'd have to be careful, right? And these cards like Stronger Darkness, I want on the board. Latent Skill, I want on the board. Keen Observation is just another spam under fire and a high block, so I guess we hold that one, huh? Look at this, they're taking into account the idea of like keeping their high. Your Birdman, you don't block, you go burr. I mean, you do have to go second at some point. And once again, cool student at a 4 of helping out the long strings, stacking cards on top of the deck, helping you pass these cards as they fly. It is interesting that we haven't seen. It is interesting that we haven't seen Crow and Frog Takedown on either of these lists, and these are the 2 lists that topped. I wonder if Crow and Frog honestly like isn't putting in as much work in the fire lists as it can, or maybe if the DLC comes out with chaos, that it will be able to carry more weight there. It's an interesting thought, the fact that our 2 Tokoyami lists haven't played that card. They probably don't have it. I mean, you could we could buy the card, like if you're like a dedicated Tokoyami player, like you probably did though, right? I'm sure we got playlists or play groups and so on and so forth. And here's the deal, right? Like, it doesn't have to be the 4 of, right? It could just, I mean, card's pretty good. It could just be a 2 of, huh? That card gets to re-ready this one. That's really good. Close to building him. Need 3 more ruin. You're absolutely correct. You do. Yeah, this character is kind of blank without it. Don't kill nobody. I think this cool spice in this deck is the 1 into the Typhoon, because he knows that his block zones are a little rough, and it's got his sweet face on it, as well as. I like the Fulfilled My Duty and the Irrefutable Force of Nature in the sideboard. This very much feels like a going second card, and I like the fact that his entire sideboard is like, oh, I'm going second, and then this hoses a specific deck, this hoses a specific deck. I like the sideboard choices. It's very cool. My one questionable thing. This card is blank. It's a 0/5 with a 2 high block, which is like good stats. And I don't like this card at a 4 of, and I'll say it every time I see it. Moving on. With my ancillary glance, this is the neatest deck in the entire event. Because, look at this symbol right here, huh? This is an Eraserhead under Death, not under Void. The Eraserhead deck that I was playing was under Void. And this is kind of just showing us how potent giving +2 speed on all of your moves is, right? Because these moves here, these are crazy. What is going on with this attack lineup? This attack lineup is bonkers. Yeah, he sides into Bakugo. This is a neat list. Another Exploding Pride, Signature Ride Swing, Howitzer Impact, Naval Laser Charge. This list is rad. This list is so cool. And look at the numbers on these attacks, right? The only attack that's a 4x is Blast Rush Turbo. And he just makes it a 6 low for a 6 low for a million, because like we're gonna have a momentum because we've hit with Eraserhead, because we played like Turn to Dust, right? Turn to Dust is a stun 2, 6 high for 5 that we're down for them to block because like it's hard for them to block. And then we have things like the one of Signature Ride Swing. This is such a unique deck, man. This is a real thinking man's deck. Yeah, Smooth Blue, very defensive. 17 attacks, 61 cards. Yeah, this is rad. Let's look at the attacks or the foundations. Double Agitation. We're gonna sort them by difficulty. Sorry, we're gonna sort them by quantity. Excuse me. Night Watch, 1 Super Regen. Love these. Double Late Riser. Cool. Double Mediator. Interesting. Agitation, Keen Observation. Glamorous to unflip some stuff. Light Tip for a little extra damage. Encouragement triggers our Nitro Ignition as well as our Blast Rush. Okay, I love this. Triple Latent Skill for Arrogant. Gotta fight those punch decks. Let's fight bad guys for more speed. For Apathetics for control. Villainous Entrance. Like Apathetic is like one of the big things that we gain off the death symbol, as opposed to our classic Void Kick deck, right? Because there's not really anything else in here that like is super that stands out foundation wise. It's just really Apathetic. And it's interesting that we're playing for Villainous Entrance. This might just be to fight Kirishima, question mark? But this card doesn't even feel like it slows Kirishima down, honestly. Honestly, it does not feel like it slows him down very much. But all of his moves do have stun 1. So, like, this deck might just be, like, its entire job is just to, like, break through walls and play tight defense. Especially because we get to look at our discard pile, or look at our actions, and we find 3 Evil Gaze. Crazy. Crazy. Using Eraser to get extra strength from Evil Gaze is really sweet. I agree. Yeah. Right, play Erase, block with, play Evil Gaze, block with Erase, if we need to, commit our face, draw 2, selectively blow up one of their foundations. Like, this is red. And this deck, honestly, could even sideboard into, like, something like Shigaraki if it really wanted to. But I'm interested to know how many times we sideboarded in a Bakugo, and what our mentality was whenever we did side into it. Interesting. Yeah, this definitely gets a cool deck of the week, for sure. Now we're talking. Everybody spam your long lastings in chat. Now we're talking. All right. In 5th place, we've got another Jiro deck. Leveraging less of the flash moves, but I'm glad they're still here. 4x Home Run Comet, 0 Gravity Lift, Long Lasting Explosion, Electric Jolt. This is literally my this is literally my Ochako list. Like, this is the attack lineup that it runs. How cool. How rad. I'm running 3 more attacks because I'm playing as Ochako, but like, this is it, right? That's rad. And then we've got the 1 Earphone Jack. I think that's totally fine. We're not playing a Raving Slash, so we don't have to double down on it. Charged Up, Requesting Assistance. Charged Up at the 1 of is interesting because it's just there to put in jolts. Cool. Requesting Assistance. Shock Treatment at the 1 of. I love to see it. Short Circuit at the 1 of is interesting. This feels like a sideboard card, but I don't love the part personally. 4 Arrogance, 1 In Danger. Man, this card sucks. 3 Latent Skill, 4 Destined, 4 Specialist, 1 Encouraging. I'm liking, if we look at quantity, I'm liking all these 1-ofs that we're playing, right? Charge, Shock, Short Circuit, In Danger, Encouraging. The thing about, like, 1-ofs and 2-ofs in universes is, like a lot of these cards, like Short Circuit, like, if you fight the mirror match, this card's dead. This card's super, super dead. You don't want to see it all the time. And it gets to sit on board whenever you do find it as, like, this clutch piece that you have, as well as if you really absolutely want to go find, like, this piece, either as Jiro, you can stack and selectively draw things with Latent Skill, stack and selectively draw things with Destined for Mainstream Success, or, you know, just go pick it up out of this card pile. Let's just go find it, right? And so the fact that we're playing a bunch of 1-ofs is really, really cool. I like that. Double Wealthy is rad. It's interesting because, like, our main momentum out is Home Run, Common, or Specialized. And so, like, Snap Momentum seems not, like, super needed, but this card's got a really solid 1 low block. Feels very, very cool to have both on board and in hand. Wall Cling at the 2 of main board, it is great. 2 of on the sideboard, that feels really good. Triple Latent is fine. Infinite Potential is neat, especially because of how good our high blocks are. Like Electric Jolt, Earphone Jack, all feeling great. Crushing Assistant 4 of, Arrogance of 4 of. Yeah, the big thing about the air symbol is if you're playing a punch deck against the air symbol, you'll never land a hit if I don't want you to, because of just how much speed ahead I have. Commit -3 speed, commit -3 speed. You'll never touch me. You'll never touch me. That combined with Requesting Assistance to re-ready these cards if I have a momentum, which, guys, I will have a momentum, is really, really cool. I love it. I love it. Sideboard wise, I like the Jolt, I like the Lift, I like the Blasts. These are to come in versus Kirishima's, I'm sure of it. I think it would be neat to see something like if we could fit. I don't think we have room with this lineup, but I think that Meteor Shower is like a cool Jiro card, but I don't know if it's necessarily better than things like Amplified Sound Blast. So it's something I think that we got to test out. but it's cool. Current training partner, kicking it up to a 3 of to fight the speed decks, wall cleans for throw decks, and plus ultras to fight more speed decks. Not to mention like snapping a home run comet and then responding and playing like long lasting explosion and then getting a bunch of damage and then like plus ultraing it on top of it, or like home run comet into home run comet and then as we plus ultra in between. It's good. It's good stuff. There are 2 walklings in the main. 2 walklings mained. Oh, what happened here? Why are you separate? Okay. Yeah, we got 2 down here. There are 2 here. Hey, Fida, you get back here. Wow. Do you guys hear my voice just like go? It's just gone now. They combined 5th place. This Jiro, this is like half a deck and half a deck. Interesting. All right, 6th place we got Tokoyami. This is an interesting. Excuse me. This is a cool list, and I'm excited to see the. I'm excited to see how this guy knows what's up. Nah, this guy sucks. He's got 4 wall clean mained. Where they at? I want to copy the deck and just delete them off the list. All right, so Todoroki. This is the first Todoroki that we've seen top, and so we gotta take a real deep dive into how the game plan works. So the game plan for Todoroki is nice and simple. We've got these grasping tape tosses and tape swings that are throws. They're or a throw and a pseudo throw, right? Can't be fully blocked. And so we play a lot of attacks inside of our deck, and we enhance Committed Foundation on our character card, and then we make one of these super big moves even super bigger by making them like a 12 damage move for kind of free. And we force our opponent to interact with us. We force our opponent to play the game with us, which is cool. 4 Eat My Sticky Balls, 3 Frigid Heat Waves, 4 Ice Storms, 3 Frog Lashings. The main thing that this was the person that I was okay. Interesting. This as I was watching this event unfold, it was behind this character's eyes, this deck's eyes, and his entire mentality of playing the game was, and I quote, "I just want my opponent to end their turn." So we've got Ice Storm, we've got Frog Lashing, and we've got 4 Sticky Balls as like the main things that are super scary to fight against. And so we just want to end their turn as quickly as possible. Auto block as many things that we can, hit these big breaker numbers, and say, hey, I would like to play the game, actually, because I've got these like really impactful moves the as soon as we get to turn 4, turn 5, right? 64 cards. I think the deck that I'm playing right now is like it's somewhere between like 65, 70 cards. It's actually sitting right here. So this is a very, very rad deck. Interesting about Triple Gotcha. This card seems really kind of schnutty in Todoroki. Kind of interested. Think Fast is interesting, and I wonder if that's just because we've got this Sarah on the sideboard. But this card seems good? Question mark. Maybe this card just like, I mean, I think this is one of the cards that like just beats Kirishima, honestly. Wait for him to pick up the high, and then you just make it low. And then what does he do? He has to respect and not outpace and outbuild you. What's their plan? Stops momentum decks. Creepy Realization is very, very good. It's going to be insane the more card pool clogging that we have. Could easily see this card be banned depending on how hard they lean into the card pool clog. Desperate Times is just a good spam. Sticky Balls Frozen. The big thing about the water symbol, honestly, is like all of these cards feel really impactful. Sans Observant Student, right? Observant Student like doesn't really do anything as the deadlock, but like all of these cards feel really, really like they do stuff, guys. People draw cards all the time, and committing down my opponent's board is very strong. Yeah, I think this is a. I think this is very cool. I think this is rad. Onto the sideboard. 9 card side. What is this? If that card gets banned and the Kirishima stuff get banned, then I'm going to continue playing the game, but I wouldn't be happy. I am not saying that. I'm saying that this card should be on a watch list. The designer should be looking at this card and being like, this card's crazy good. The more cards that exist for card pool stuffing, specifically on my opponent's turn, this card's just really, really strong. This card could be on a watch list. Is all I'm saying, Crazy Jimmy. It should not be banned right now. Set 4, set 5. I don't think Creepy is that good ever. Huh. That's interesting, Smooth Blow. That's interesting. Personal opinion? I love them. I love personal opinions. Keep it up. Keep it up. You can side character cards? Heck yes, you can. And in fact, they are indeed super effective. Welcome to the chat, buddy. Yeah, character cards are super cool. They turn these games into real transformative matchups, right? Like Todoroki versus somebody like Kirishima is like a hard matchup for Todoroki, especially if like Kirishima finds these early throws, right? But then you take and you go with Sero, and now you're like playing around a character, right? And it gets around diversity. We're not talking about diversity, Paul. There's no diversity in the My Hero card game. We're not going to bring up the D word. And so like being able to like change how your character works and still have your main board work is like part of the really cool it's part of the cool interactions with how deck building works, right? I'm so intrigued by sudden tape shot and rapid tape strike in this list, just because like I don't even think they're that good in Sero, so they can't be here for Kamui Woods. There's no way they could be here for him. That's crazy. Yeah, I would actually love for him to like, I get all of this. I'm interested on these 2 cards. These are the ones I'm confused about. And I would love for Unfun Stuff to crawl out of its hibernation and make a cool deck list video about it. So then Tape Shot is the free 4 mid for 6, right? Yeah. Yeah, it could be 4 mid for 6 or 6 mid for 4, depending. Well, 4 not mid. Right. Because it got to be a different zone if it's high or low. Accidentally has stun 1. Also got low blocks. No, water has a lot of low blocks. Water's low blocked out. I haven't found a good character to side in to replace Jiro, but I know Jiro can be a great cyber character in a weapon deck for sure. Crazy Jimmy. Depends on the symbol you got, buddy. What symbol you playing as? All right, 2 more of these decks, and then by that time, hopefully, the PPG deck list will be out. Wow, 7th place for Kirishima. How the mighty have fallen. Cringe. Imagine 7th place, barely a deck. All right, so we is this just the Omaha deck? Right? The Tony 2 Shane Duckworth special. 4 smash, 4 chop, 4 jab, 4 throw. Makes sense to me. The 1 earphone jack. 2nd in the sideboard. Double capture evildoers. You're so obvious. Planning ahead is hype. Bonds of friendship plus ultra. You're so obvious. Gift from mom. Passing the torch. And a 2 of is interesting. 7th. Nah. It's 7th. Deck sucks. Cringe. Man, this card's insane. This card plus this card plus this card make me tilted. Makes me rage. Maybe it's time to use that heat once per turn to build some wins. True. True. That's so funny. Yeah, this deck looks fine. I don't think there's very much to say about it. I think the big thing that's been added are these block zones. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is just a consistent Carl. That's what it is, right? Plus Ultra added to the sideboard is rad. Honestly, if we wanted to pump it up and put 2 Plus Ultras in the main board, hey guys, they're really good on these reverse throws, especially when you Texas Smash them, right? Hardened Jab into Texas Smash, into reverse throw, into Plus Ultra. Kills everybody. Kills every single person in the game. What do they do about it? That's like a 4-card combo that, like, you can just sculpt because you are Kirishima. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. Yeah. Yeah, not much we can say about it. And then lastly, we've got Atsui. Yeah, this is red. Love this. Love this. I have this card leads your card pool during the combat phase. Ready a 1 foundation has not been ready the combat phase. We're gonna skip this Mantis Lords. Fungal Waste is fine. Frog Lashing a 4 of amazing tongue smack, stunning card. Instant Shining Flash is interesting. What's our block zone on this? 1 high, 1 low. The block zones are crazy. Yeah, this is absolutely. I mean, this is some 1 high, 1 mid, 1 low. Crazy. Yo, what up, Smooth Blue? Alright, Tongue Smack is nuts. Naval Laser Beam, great card in Froppy. The fact that you've got Breaker 2 here, Breaker 1 here, it's got big Todoroki energy of like, yo, end your turn. We're playing under life. We're playing under life, which means we get the Naval Laser Beam. That's like the big thing that we get. Like we get these cards to unflip stuff. Treasure Keep, interesting. I wonder how many times we got it off. Interesting. For passing, this feels great. Self-sacrifice at the 1 of. Super effective, correct. Sideboard limit is 10 cards. Yep. Self-sacrifice is interesting at the 1 of. Interesting. Encouraging trainer partner is good. Infinite potential. Release at a 3, not a 4 is interesting. Amphibious at the 4, love it. Student. Rescue completed is perfect at the 4 of. Someone with style is very super cool. Won me 2 games in deadlock. Unflips. Won me 2 games in deadlock. Oh, okay. I'd love to see that. Add up to 2 range cards from your card pool to your hand. That's really good. Yeah, okay. Tight lip preparing for battle. Yeah, this is a really good list. So like the important things to note here is that like these really key cards that you feel like you have to play at these 4 ofs, we're just not, right? Someone with style, tight-lipped, release, observant student. These are like boom, snap 4 of these cards in my deck, and I feel good. I feel good about it, and we're not, right? We're being really controlled with our main board choices. And I think that's really cool. Interesting to see Bonds of Friendship in the sideboard. Did you actually just side it in versus Fury decks, or did you want it for the 6 in the 1 high block? Huh? What's our stats look like? I guess we got plenty of high blocks as is. Yeah, maybe we could take these out if we feel like we're able to block things for things like Wall Clean or whatever. I don't know. Or like Infinite Potential. You think Infinite Potential is better than Bonds of Friendship? I just don't know that it is, honestly. Precious Lesson, fight Shigaraki. Too bad none of them came in. Encouraging trainer partner. Bumped this up to a 2 up to fight the speed decks. And then I like the 2 of 20 meter tongue strike. If your character's committed, commit 1 rival foundation. This is really good for committing things that are like damage resets. Because like once again, the only way that Froppy ever kills somebody is with Frog Lashing. And I will say that until I'm proven wrong. This card is like the main kill condition for the deck, and so being able to commit down my opponent's You're So Obvious or Short Circuit, the things that reset that damage, is really, really, really important. And then Instant Shiny Flash to cover our low block zone. Yeah, it's a good looking deck. And this is really, really good. Interesting, we're only playing 18 attacks. Feels low for a Froppy deck, because we're at 53 cards, right? But I'm not a Froppy expert by any means, so that might be the right ratio. I kind of feel like, and that might just be like the life deck has to do that. I know underwater I play a ton of cards because like I want to see as many ranged cards in my discard pile as possible to pull through. I just want to draw so many cards. I just want to draw them all. And then that's it, yeah. Yeah. I think these lists are cool. The sweetest list of the week definitely goes to the Death Eraserhead sideboarding into Bakugo. The coolest list. How cool. And like I said, the meta is going to change and evolve as we explore new territories and think new ideas, right? Like we really are at just like the tip of the iceberg. Even when it comes to set 1, we only have set 1 out, and there's so many more combinations of cards that we get to see, right? Let's see if the PPG stuff is ready. If not, we'll just we'll hang out and talk in chat for a bit. And I'm gonna get myself into the cough drop because wowzers, my throat hurts really, really bad. Why did Shigaraki fall off? Torch Tunes, honestly, I think it's probably just the people who played Shigaraki couldn't make it. Like that's like my silver lining. I think that character, I mean, it also might have fallen off because like it was one of the top 4 represented decks, and I don't think any of them topped. All right. But that doesn't change the fact that the bird topped. I can't even find cough drops right now. All the stores were sold out. That's crazy. Is it under organized play, or would it be for news for last week's results? Excuse me. Yeah. So Shigaraki was there, and our top 8 was Kirishima, Eraserhead, Kamui, Kirishima, Eraserhead, Jiro. Okay, so like the big thing about Shigaraki falling off is if you look at the results from last week, which we had like way more people, like our 2 undefeated decks were Eraserhead and Kirishima, who really prey on Shigaraki, right? If Eraserhead can't block a thing, he'll just turn your character off and be like, you're not going to hit me for the +5. And then Kirishima's like, oh, I don't have a high block. Let me just pick up a high block. Oh, I found a high block. And so it's really easy for Eraserhead and Kirishima to like prey on Shigaraki's like game plan. And so it's possible they just jumped ship because, you know, if those are going to be the 2 pillars of the format, then we can't play a deck that like preys on everybody that's lower, right? With that said, I think that Shigaraki does really prey on a lot of the lower decks, right? Like Shigaraki versus Tokoyami. It's a really, really hard matchup for Tokoyami. I think Shigaraki will come back with float combo. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that not happening. I don't think that you're allowed to all in on float combo, but I think float combo is certainly a tool in the belt. It's under their website. Did they post them all? PPG Weekly. Smooth Blue, are we friends on Discord? Are you inside my Discord? Will you jump in my Discord and drop this in the MHA general? A link to the thing. It's smooth on Discord. Okay. All right. I have sent you a yo. I have sent you a inaugural yo. What is up with it? So before we get into these things, I'm trying to find an install. Okay. Yo, if you haven't used your Twitch Prime, no, that's a bad one. I don't know what I want to do tonight, chat. What I need to do. Here's what I need to do. I need to sort cards. I kind of want to just watch YouTube videos and be like a classic, like, Twitch streamer, and be like one of them react Andes, and like have you guys donate links. Huh. 37 people. A Bakugo rival deck from the box? How rad. How cool. Sorry. Get distracted. I kind of want to do that and sort cards and hang out with you guys and talk or whatever. At the same time, I could do commentary over your guys' matches if you'd rather. Or I guess I could just play games. I need to save my voice as much as I can, though. And that's like a big deal. This may sound counterproductive, but is there a reason to look at the lower index and see why they didn't work? You gotta send the link to me, buddy. You can't send it in chat. There are too many bots that do stuff in chat. Oh, did I mess up my poll? Finish poll. What do we do tonight? No. Why are you doing this to me? I see. It doesn't like the semicolon. Well, then I guess I won't be cheeky with it. I'm so mad. I've done this 45 times. I promise I'm a professional. I promise this is my full job. There we go. Yo, Smooth, you got that link for me? Next Deck Doctors are February, right? Sorry, new to the community. Correct, Disaster Dan. If you are in the Discord and you're in the Patreon tier for the Deck Doctors, which I think is $5. I already have the February link up, but I don't have a Patreon post for that. You can just drop your Deck Doctor list in that February thing, and we can chit chat about it. I signed up for the $5 tier today, actually. Yo, Pog. lagging like mad on Discord, which is odd. Check my Facebook. Yeah, I saw the paper that you sent me. We can talk about it here in just a second. I guess I should save this image so that I can add it to important images. Interesting. Thank you, Smoothblue. Okay, let's we can at least look at top 8 for the time being. Wow, this yellow bar is actually tilting me off the face of the planet. Middle screen. I'm gonna make this the world's smallest poll and put it right here. It's still up. I'd still love to hear you guys' inputs on what you want to do, games and such. I have to go back to my face and then do this and then put this up over here so that I don't leak my Facebook. That is important to me. Okay. Thank you, Smooth, for giving me the link. I appreciate it, buddy. Before we jump into this, make sure if you did jump into my Discord, you have to go to announcements, I think. Rules. You have to go to rules and react with a check mark if you have read and agreed to the rules so that you can do stuff in the Discord, or else you just can't do anything. Anyway, top 8, Sero, All Might, Kirishima, with the rest of our breakdown. So our first place was Sero. Reverse throw to 2 of, discriminate shock. Tape swing at a 2 of? What is happening? This guy's playing tape swing at a 2 of? This guy's playing tape swing and not... And this guy's only playing 2 tape swing and 1 sticky ball toss. Sticky ball toss tackle. What is going on? Actually insane. That's crazy, dude. Holy cow. Holy cow. Double Super Burst is interesting. Electric Jolt, Rapid Tape Strike. Huh. Yeah, these were choices for sure. I love Order Sero. Order Sero is actually Order Sero is actually like my favorite Sero to play. I had some really interesting choices, but these are not the ones that I would have made. I play 4 reverse throw. I play 4 tape swing. I play 4 grasping tape toss, which isn't even on this list. I think setup strike's really sick though. And I also play Delaware Smash because I'm a Chad. And nobody ever holds mid blocks. You just pow. Hey, catch, dummy. It's just like a 6 damage momentum get. It's rad. I've been given 2 photos. Let's go look. I can't see. Water bottle in the way. Okay. There's a little commentary. Tape tosses in the side. Losing my mind. David Thomas is a madman. How crazy. Okay. Foundation wise, shock treatment, charged up, requesting assistance. All this looks good. Double passing torch is an interesting call. I feel like that's like a 3 or 4 of in like 90 case. The PPG event was the most competitive one so far. Tons of packs for top 8. What do you mean most competitive? Because the idea of most competitive and the idea of most lucrative are interesting. I mean, it's the same. Self-sacrifice at a 2 of. A lot of 2 ofs. The only 4 ofs that exist are requesting assistance and gotcha. Okay, I was nervous. I wasn't seeing Think Fast on here at all. Can you guys see this? Can you guys read what's going on here? Foundation wise, I'm actually really liking his list. I think his attack lineup is sus. I think his attack lineup is crazy and weird. 16 attacks is crazy to me. You have to land every single one of them. You have to land them all. Insane. All right. Can we... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this button, I guess. Up next. Nope, can't do that. Let's go. Okay. No Blood Soldier probably didn't have it. That's okay. But next week, though, if he doesn't have it, I'm going to be mad. The idea of giving people a good mix of stuff to worry about goes out the window when you start mixing the zones anyway. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting call. I like the deck, right? Like I'm happy that a deck like that worked, right? That's very cool. All Might 3 coming in clutch. Texas Match Harden Jab. This is my lineup, except I'm not playing Missouri Smash, and I am playing. There's not Harden Chop on this list, which is interesting. Yo, the first list we've ever seen with Double Front Beatdown in it? Crazy. When would you ever sign to All Might 1 with this list? Where's the Destroyed Smashes? Huh? If we're gonna play All Might 1, we have to play the Smashy boy. Double planning ahead is sweet. Coordinate effort at a 4 of, obviously. Obviously. It's a unique card. Of course, we have to play it. My locals hate Detroit Smash. Well, that card's sweet. And your locals just play too many plus ultras then. If you'd like to do that, Red Hood Warzone, you're more than welcome to. That is okay. Don't front beat down with no Midoriya or Bakugo. It's a really rad hand trap. If they're afraid of like You're So Obvious, if they're afraid or things that like You're So Obvious stops or charged up or whatever, they can be like, hey, actually, boop, I don't have to block this. It's back to printed. Sorry, Bucko. It's not really an enhance that they get to like stop or seal, right? If they're like Aizawa. Yeah, it's an answer. It's neat. 4X Recovery Girl's Kiss. Huh. These are interesting lists. These are interesting. I am excited now that I've seen the 2 top winning lists. I am very excited to go lose to all of them this Saturday or this Sunday. Travis, what we got? Let me see this Kirishima. There'll be a character that is very strong, but randomly no one decides to play him, and like he doesn't show up. Yeah. Engine Rush, Reciproc Extend, literally, Harden Chop, Harden Frenzy, Harden Jab. Love that. Love that. Love Extend, Love Rush. Yeah, this is cool. As opposed to like a punch void, as opposed to like a punch good list. It's a void kick list. I respect it. Double plus ultra, triple go beyond, eat it in the sideboard. That's cool. Is there anything crazy in the sideboard here that I'm getting crazy for? The most represented characters are always the easiest. Kirishima versus the best characters. That's very technical and big brain. Atsui. Huh. You think Atsui is very technical and big brain? That's one heck of a take for sure. 3 coordinated? That's crazy. That number should be 4. We're playing 3 coordinated and 4 tape. 4 manly passionate. 4 harden. 4 resistance. A lot of 4s. Huh. Yeah, I would bump this number up. Even if we just like stack a card on top of our deck, I would just put this at a 4. That will not hurt us even a little bit. Good job, Travis. James, the main man. 19 attacks, specialized sound waves. Yo, Torch Tune with the prime. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm dying. Okay. Specialized sound waves, amplify sound blast, 0 gravity lift, home run comet, unwavering slash, instant explosive releases. Sweet. I like this a lot. It is cool. It looks very similar to the air list that was played in the webcam event for Jasco. Got a cool sideboard. Look at it. Mr. Woods coming in. James Woods. James Mann playing James Woods. Love long lasting. Spam those in the chat, please. Big fan of long lasting. Home run comment, unwavering slash shadow, 1 of. I guess we are only playing 3 unwavering in the main board, huh? Man, these deck lists are interesting. Can I do this? I can do this. How cool. Death Nomu. Signature right thing in a 3 of. Touch of Decay. Long lasting explosion. Yo, this is a manly list, huh? 1 Shashik in the sideboard. 4x exploding implied. 4x instant shining flash. Interesting. Keen observation at a 1 of. A sexy 1 of. He's like, yo, we're not playing the to commit 2 card. We're not playing I'm losing it, chat. I'm losing it. What's this card called? Turn to Dust. We're not playing Turn to Dust. Love 4 agitation. I think it's like the 4 agitation is the reason that I would play Death Nomu over Earth Nomu. I like agitation more than I like coordinated in this deck. Personally. Let's fight bad guys. Yeah, let's fight bad guys. Nervous habit, agitation are like the things that draw me to Death Nomu over evil or over Earth. Sorry, I forgot. Evil's not a symbol. Yeah, this is a good looking list. You could, if you wanted to be absolutely cheeky, if you wanted to be super crazy cheeky, we could play something along the lines of Bakugo on the sideboard, but I don't think this deck necessarily needs it. Like if we were gonna play against something like Kirishima, we could like play Bakugo and like see if we can, like, instead of these exploding prize and instant shining flashes, we could put a Blast Rush Turbos in the sideboard and like just let these rock and feel okay about it. Copy Nomu. Let's fight bad guys. Nervous habit. No agitation in this Death Nomu deck, which is I think is interesting. Evil Gaze at a 4 of is tight though. Another reason to play it. I think Evil Gaze is a sideboard card. I think you like main board one, then sideboard the others. And I think you also get to like main board double Go Beyond. Or sorry, Plus Ultra. I think Plus Ultra in Nomu is freaking scary, dude. We're playing Turn to Dust in this guy though. And Long Lasting Explosion. We love to see it. We love Long Lasting Explosion. Yes. One less attack? Interesting. He is playing Bakugo and Shigaraki in the sideboard. 4 Berserker Blow in the sideboard and not the main board. That is interesting, especially because we're starting as Nomu. Huh. Oh, has anything been said about when 60 cards will be the minimum again? I doubt it ever will be, Paul. 60 cards will not be the minimum in My Hero. Yeah. I feel sad for the Noma that entered the event on Saturday. OX? What event on Saturday? Oh, in Standard? Smaller deck, easier for children to shuffle? Oh, the Sean O'Brien tournament. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was in a COVID coma for that entire event. I forgot that it existed. I went 0-2 drop because I just couldn't think. 4 Harden Jab in our sweet kick deck is like perfect. I love that. 4 Erase, love the Plus Ultras. Kirishima in the sideboard makes sense. Interesting that this character got 8th, huh? Is that true? This character got 7th? Which means it lost to All Might? No, it lost to you lost to you lost to you? It lost to All Might then, huh? Right? I don't know. One thing fast is cool. Coordinated effort, Harden, Mediator, Nightwatch, Tape. Yeah, look at all these 4-ofs. This deck is very, very good at doing the one thing it wants to do. And then it's got the 1-of Think Fast. That's cool. I love that. I mean, Magic is 60 and the most played game for my dude. No one's printing 50 counts for this game. Lol. All right, you want to know the secret, Paul? Here it is. So, in UFS, when you went and you bought a Spike starter deck, or you bought a Scorpion starter deck, it was a 50-card deck. It was a 50-card deck, and it was not tournament legal. Or it was a 40-card deck and not tournament legal. You just couldn't play it. And so with them making it a 50-card deck in the rival deck, and you can go buy a rival deck and, like, play the game, I don't have to buy extra packs. That's a good feeling. Somebody played in this this Pro Player Games event and played with a starter deck. You're legally allowed to do that. And so I don't think that they will ever make the deck restrictions lower than 50, or else they have to print the starter decks with more than 50. And I think if they could do that, I think it would have made more sense to increase the deck count if they could have done it logistically, right? They would have just made the starter decks come with more cards if it made sense. But it doesn't. And so they didn't. And so they just changed the rule. And the difference between 50 cards and 60 cards is like it's not a big deal math-wise. It's just not. Our last list, another Sero coming in at 8th. Yeah, this is looking like an actual Sero list. Look at that. Triple plus ultra. We got Kirishima and Ida in the sideboard. One extra chop, triple bursts. Okay. I will say I don't love the discrepancies on how these pictures look. If we can be honest about it. For some reason, I thought it was going to be 60 with set 2. I haven't heard of that, and it doesn't make sense for them to change that randomly. Eating the side makes sense. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think Sarah has a hard time versus or I think Ida has a hard time versus Sarah, right? But I guess like because tape swing will always hit. Grasping tape toss is a throw. Rapid tape strike. Once again, rapid tape strike. I think this card's bad, guys. I think the card's not good. Or he just turns off your dude, which is sad. I'm playing a bunch of throws and he's a 6 hand size with 19 health. I'm down. Turn off my dude. It makes hardened jab suck. But like if I can find coordinated effort, then like hardened jab doesn't suck? Question mark? I don't know. It's weird. I mean, heck, at that point we just take out the hardened jabs for another chop and then the Cipro burst and stay as Sero. We're down with it. Rapid tape strike is nuts as fuck. Somebody time that guy out. You go take a break. You have to block this, and sometimes you just can't. Yeah, just play another copy of Tape Swing. Yeah, but then he gets to partial, and then villain's defeated without you drawing 2. And now you're just some 6 hand size? I mean, I guess. Rapid Tape Strike and Hardened Chop are the boys. I agree with Hardened Chop. I think Rapid Tape Strike doesn't deserve to be my coaster. Double Think Fast I think is a mistake. I think that card's like a 3 if not 4 of in your deck. I think that card's insane. I think that card's actually nuts in Sero. I think this is like the main way that he beats I'm just allergic to commit foundation cost. I mean, I'm not if they're good. Man, this song's a banger. Holy cow. Naiwatch at a 12 is interesting with literally only 3 actions in our deck. I think what is happening? What is going on? Rapid Tape Strike could be anything else. I mean, doing it to make a meth throw is bad. Paul's agreeing with you, so I must be wrong. Dang. The discourse in the chat, it's insane. I actually lost the Rapid Tape earlier for what it's worth. Man. There's nothing mad about a draw 2 throw. It does 4 damage. Just don't block it. You kids are so afraid of Sero. Just don't block him. What is wrong with people? Yeah, man, he put 2 damage on a Harden. I lost this deck. All right, now I feel bad for fucking trashing it. for saying, or you discard 1 throw. It's 4 damage. It's a 4 damage move. What am I missing? Guys, I don't get it. It's 4 moves. It's a 6 diff for 4 damage. It's a 6 diff for 4 damage that's set allergic to commit cost. No, I'm allergic to 6 damage 4 diffs. That's what I'm allergic to. This card sucks. This card's real bad. But then I have to respond to super regen. Where? Yeah. Man, once again, 4 mediator. Interesting because we've only got 3+ ultras. Yeah, this is an interesting list for sure. Anywho, yeah, I'm gonna do my best to play in this weekend's depending on how good it feels, how good I feel. Let's look at the important image. Can we make it any smaller? Is that okay? Reset transformation. Hey, all right, 37 people. Big shout outs to get into this. Why do people run Arrogant Disposition in the main deck if it only slows down punches? It's a spam, meaning it's a. I'm gonna get this piece of paper out of my way. It's a spam, meaning it is a 1 difficulty foundation, which means it's very easy to play on turn 1. It is a 6 check, which means that if it's on top of your deck, it's the best card that you could possibly have there. And it's a good 2 low block. And so you get to like it covers 3 really good zones, and then it's good. It's good in 3 spots in the game, right? It's good on top of your deck. It's good in your card pool. It's good in your hand because of the block zone. And then sometimes versus like every good deck that exists, the good symbol deck, it's like good on board. So like sometimes it's good on all 4 zones of the game that it's like playable in. It's a crazy card. It is very, very good. Right? That is how you can like value your foundations, is like of the 4 spots you can play in the game, like where is it good, right? Top of deck, in hand, on board, in pool. Anywho, important image time. Big shout outs to I forget his name. Where we at? We're looking. He was here before. Red Hood Warzone for the info. Appreciate it, buddy. Here's our list. I will get all this stuff. I'll get all this stuff added to I'll get all this stuff added to the next thing. All right, so it looks like we have a 1 Deku. He was under good. 3 good All Mights. 1 Arrow Ochako. 1 Earth Ayama, the first Ayama that we've had played in the events. 3 Earth Nomu and 2 Death Nomu, and the Earth Nomus didn't top. 1 Order Sero to win the whole thing. 3 Void Eraser. 2 Life Shojis. 3 good Kirishimas. 2 Air Jiros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Fire Tokoyamis. 1 Evil Moneta. What? 1 Air Bakugo. 1 Bakugo deck from the box. We're gonna call, what's Bakugo's primary symbol? We're gonna call it fire, right? Right? Atsui Underwater, Void Kirishima, a Life Ochako, Water Todoroki, Void Sero, Bakugo Under Death. No Shigarakis. Right? No. That's near mint symbol. That's what symbol it is. That Oyama beat me round 2. Okay. Wait. The Barry Everson is in my chat? The Barry Everson? Who got 8th place with Rapid Tape Strike? I know. I could have played a better attack than Rapid, but I built it fast and rushed us to have the deck together. That is an acceptable answer. His other attack would have been better? He only has 2 attacks, Barry. He's got Tape Swing and Grasping Tape Toss. He doesn't have any more orange cards. It sucks. I wish he did. He's got to borrow from other people. No love for Denki? Yeah, that is a big thing. Garlic bread fan number 1. First off, thanks for being in chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, no Denki. Also, like, there's no Mina, there's no Mount Lady. I am happy that we got to see Ayama though. That's hype. That's hype. 2 of them are just meh. If you even consider them playable. Alright. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Here is our symbol breakdown for the event. Oh, this is just big. This is just a big piece of paper, huh? Why is it so big? Alright. For air, 0 all, 0 chaos, 3 death, 4 earth, 1 evil. We did it, boys. We did it. It's better than all in chaos. Confirmed. Agreed, Paul. 5 fire, 7 good, 3 life, 1 order, 5 void, 2 water. Interesting. Interesting. It feels like the good symbol is just like kind of running rampant, huh? It's kind of the ones that's just like, it's the good ones. What was the other water? I don't know. Oh, we could see back in the first image. We can go back. We have the technology. Yeah, water. Bring it in just a little bit. And now my cute little face can poke through. Yeah, I'll have this information added to the chart. This is cool. Yeah, this is actually exactly what I wanted. I don't even need deck lists. If I can get this information every time, this is perfect. Perfect. Perfect.